Hey there, Wargamers, Justin Air Painter, and today, boom, I got a hobby update for you guys. I'd like to welcome you all back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you are new here, please Alpha Strike that like and subscribe button. Alpha Strike it like you mean it. Smash that button. The crosshairs are red. The enemy mech is wanting to go down. Well, he probably doesn't want to go down, but you want to fell him. Let's take the energy that you would focus into that enemy mech's face, though, and help the channel grow. If you are a returning viewer as well, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being awesome. Lance, mate, Starmate, Sibco, Sibkin, thanks for being here to support what I do. So, that said, hope you guys have been having an awesome day, awesome week, getting your hobby in. Hopefully the work and the grind, school, whatever you're into, is not grinding away at you too much. Today, I want to talk to you guys about what I am working on. So I've been trying to keep up with doing content here on YouTube, battle reports, which is kind of where my focus is going to be. I feel like I'm going to run out of steam on a little bit of the non gaming videos or non battle report videos, but we'll see what we could do. I figure if I can compensate by having more gameplay stuff, more aces content, more initiative deck content, just more Battletech gaming in general, especially with Alpha Strike, I think we're in a good place. And I'd like to try some classic at some point, but I'm going to need some help with that one. So maybe there's some of you guys who want to offer some expertise or thoughts on how I could do that efficiently on the channel. To that end, though, I've been working on forces because I want to have a variety of minis to play with, so it's not always the same thing. So we've got our Nova Grinder box, which is full of minis that I'll be able to rotate into YouTube content to let the people who painted minis for me see their minis on screen, and then the AI decks kind of run those. I think that'll be super dope. But beyond that, I want to make sure that my own minis, when I'm picking forces, there's a variety. So I've got Kurita / Dragon's Fury, Davian / Swordsworn, Comstar / Word of Blake, and these are all like, I could kind of run either way. We've got Clan Wolf, we've got Northwind Highlanders, we've got Clan Jade Falcon, we've got Wolf's Dragoons, which are my boys, and did I say Northwind Highlanders? I've got another group of Wolf's Dragoons. I think it's Alpha Regiment that I'm working on. It's the red ones. I got that Marauder from Anthony Scroggins, his artwork, and it's chef's kiss so good. I decided I want to paint up some more Dragoons. So I've got like 23 minis, and some of you community members helped trade me some minis to make that happen, so I've got those too. And here is a faction I'm working on here, and this is a group of Republic of the Sphere minis. I forget which regiment or galaxy or clan or insert whatever freaking term that the Inner Sphere was using at the time. It's probably a regiment or something, or a company, probably a company. But it is a paint scheme I really liked from the Republic of the Sphere, and it reminded me of the old Clicky Tech days. So this is the minis that I have collected for that, and in their current state. Still need decals, still need to do the oil washing. Obviously need to base them, got to do the detail work and the canopy. So they're not near finished yet, but I'll give you guys a rundown of what we got here. So first and foremost, we have, I'm going to go through this poopy one because I don't care for that much. I think this is a Vixen. So we got a Vixen here. And some of these aren't exactly fluff accurate. It's what I had left over and extras. So I kind of just picked stuff so that I'd have things to play with. So no max minting. It just happened if it was in the box, and we'll just call it salvage and make it work. So I'm not going to be doing tournaments for Republic of the Sphere. Should be something to do. Oh, I forgot with my forces. I have my custom mercs I'm working on too. So got a lot of stuff. We have got a Jenner here. I want to make sure I had some lighter mechs to round things out. We have got I think this is a Ghost. It's a Dark Age era mech. This is one of the Ironman Metals minis. We have got is this a Cataphract? I'm really liking this one. This is one of the ones that's closer to the base colors being done. Give you guys a little zoom in on that. Matter of fact, let's pop them on a stand here. It's going to be easier to show you what we've got cooking. It's very cool. And then we'll have the Republic of the Sphere icon on them, maybe some hazard stripes and some some numbers. And then, I think we're going to do probably a blue canopy. I think that blue's going to pop nicely with the green and the red. I think that looks very cool. It's super nice. We have got a bushwhacker, which is what I was working on last night. I've been having a hard time carving out time to paint between work and me attempting to do anything I can to film and edit for YouTube. I'm rocking 6 or less hours of sleep. So my paint time is like less than 2 hours a day, if I could even get that. So these are going a lot slower than I anticipated. And to make some extra cash, I picked up a small commission from Tabled Noob, sorry, from Twitch, Jason Murray from the community. If you guys happen to see him, he's one of the guys that runs Battle Mallet podcast. He's sending a few things over for me to paint. So those will be prioritized over my personal minis so that I can make some extra money to pay bills. That and my Jeep is in the shop now. As of filming today, it's in the shop with repairs, and we're moving and rent hikes and all that stuff. It's everything happens at one time. So the commission money was going to be extra money, and now it's going to be bills money. So such is life. C'est la vie, right? So anyway, we got a bushwhacker here. This was the last paint session I was able to knock out, and I really like how he's turned out. I was not happy with these. I can kind of show you an example. Like, you can see the green's a little bit more muted on him, which is fine, but this is more vibrant. I guess he kind of looks like a damn Christmas tree, but this just felt too subdued or desaturated, so I've come back in with that one, and I've made it look a little bit more green and less muted. So this one's not in the same state, but we've got that rifleman, Dark Age era rifleman, that I think would be cool. Plus, it's got the jump jets, which is just super dope to me. But you can see kind of where it was and where it's going. You can see the red's not done, the green's not done. I got to go over it with the ink and finish the highlights, and then it'll look closer to this. And then I have to matte varnish these, and that'll really take off. There's just ever slight sheen to it, and once the matte varnish is on, the sheen will be gone. So, but yeah, there's our rifleman, which you've already seen. I think he's going to be really cool. We have got Shadowhawk in the mix, or not Shadowhawk, sorry, Shadowcat. I really like him. Just a cool looking mech. I like the asymmetry. We have got our crab, one of my favorite mediums. You can't go wrong with a crab, guys. Just saying. The good crabs are the good crabs. The bad crabs aren't. That sounds terrible. I don't know if that's funny. I apologize. But in game, on the tabletop, when we're looking at baseline mechs that I compared to, this guy for a medium for Inner Sphere, rocking it's 10 movement, I think, 2 TMM, and decent damage with decent HP, is a stout little medium mech for Inner Sphere, rivaling the Mad Dog, the lower end variant that I use, the 333, 10-2, 2 TMM, 10 move, that variant, my baseline. If you haven't watched that, check the video out on the channel. He rivals that as a medium, as a 2 TMM for Inner Sphere. You can't go wrong with a crab. I'm telling you, give him a shot. The crab and the sentinel, they both do similar things with that 2 TMM, and it catches people off guard. It's really nice. We've got a old school metal marauder, which I love. It's derpy, and I really dig it. So that's where we are with that. We have got, I believe this is called a lament or lament. So I kind of wanted to go into some Dark Age stuff, and this is one that Republic of the Sphere did for sure use. I think the majority of these they did use. I think there's one they didn't. I think that would be the Supernova I've got here they didn't use. This one's a Dolores, something like that. I really like this one. It's a honking of metal, though. Honking of metal. So I really like this guy. Look at all his guns. He's massive. So very cool on that guy. We got 2 left here. We've got the the Fafnir. My Malice is one of my Merc models, but I love the Malice too. At a limit duplicating minis because A, duplicates, and B, money. Like the Malice, I think the Malice and Fafnir here coming in almost $20 from Ironwind Metals. There's nothing wrong with that, but like I don't want to have duplicates and like all of a sudden I spend $100 on one set of minis, you know what I mean? If I wanted one for every force, so I had to limit it. But the Fafnir was going to be one of my Mercs for my custom Mercs, and I couldn't have 50 Mercs. I had to really cut it down, so he ended up getting repurposed to be one of the Republic of the Sphere dudes. And you can see that green. Actually, I feel like my mix on my ink on this Bushwhacker was a little not thinned down enough. He came out a little brighter green, but that's fine. I mean, different states of decay or repair. You know, maybe this guy got a fresh coat of paint. He's a bit more of a veteran, and you know his paint's a little bit more muted. But this is what it's supposed to be, a little bit more subtle. But it's fine. You know, not a big deal. Happy little accidents. And the last mech here, which I think is, again, the one that's not listed, but we're going to use it anyway, is the Supernova. And no, I'm not using it because I love this thing. I actually kind of think it's goofy looking compared to other clan mechs that I do favor. And if this is a mech you like, that's perfectly fine. It's just everyone likes what they like, you know what I mean? But I don't think this is one that they use, but it's just going to be a salvage mech for our games that I play. So, but that is what I've got here for the Republic of the Sphere. I really need to get into combined arms. It just hasn't happened yet. I got a bunch of tanks and stuff. I just, again, have not had time to rotate them in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so I gave myself a company of mechs. So it's 3, 6, 9, or sorry, 4, 8, 12. So 12 minis with one extra to rotate in and out. And that was probably the Dolores or the Lamet was probably the last pick I pulled, or the Fafnir, but I think it was one of these two that I pulled from my Merc box and put them here because they would be good for Republic. And that lets me rotate a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And finally, one last thing that we have here on the docket for hobby updates for you guys is the mini I'm working on for my tutorials, and that is the Sorla Turkina that I got at Adepticon from Christian from the CGL booth. And he said he liked Clanwolf, specifically Clanwolf in Exile, but I don't have the stuff to paint that, so I did what I could. But this is the Turkina, in its current state. It's not finished. I've still got to do the details, so I'm doing these in segments on the channel, so we'll have a video on doing the details, so like doing the weapon bits, doing the freehand for the red lines, doing the canopy glass jeweling, and then the basing. And yeah, that'll be multiple different small bite-sized videos. And currently I've got videos that showcased the decal work on this, oil washing, dry brushing, masking, base coats, zenithal highlighting or zenithal prepping, priming, stuff like that. So quite a few things. Not sure how many videos it's going to be, but that'll be up on YouTube. It's not going to be Patreon exclusive, but it will be on YouTube. And if you like that sort of thing in the battle reports and you want to support what I do, you know what you can do, where you can go. I don't want my channel to be just tutorials. I can't keep up with that. There's just the time investment, and I'd like to do stuff that's a bit more detailed than this. I think this guy looks great, but I like doing high detail work, and those tutorials just take way too much time. If you're new to the channel, you can look into my tutorials and check out Mephiston. I've got a multi-video series where I did him for Patreon when I had Patreon up years ago. I spent a lot of time on that video, and it turned out really good, but the investment for time versus the return on YouTube was just not there, and it burnt me out. So I don't want to focus on just tutorials. I want it to be natural when they come up. So I want the focus to be on the gameplay and the tutorials to be a secondary that comes up, because I think my goal here is for you guys to, when you hang out on YouTube or Discord or wherever you're catching this content from me, I want you to feel like, hey, that guy's cool. I feel good listening to this guy ramble. Hey, I'd like to play games with that dude one day. And if you never get to play games or meet me, I want you to feel like in this world out there, there's someone cool, and like if you haven't met anyone cool in the hobby yet, there's at least one of us, because that's what I want people to know, right? And that's what I want the channel to focus to be on is, the gaming side, the positivity side, letting you guys know that it's not all about winning, that the hobby's important, but forging the narrative's important, the socialization with your opponent's important, and then having a good time while you both play is important. There's a lot of channels for a variety of games that are dedicated to stomping the shit out of your opponents. That ain't me. As of filming this, I don't know if they're up yet. I have a couple of battle reports, one with John and one with Bob, where the games were kind of scenario testing for Nova, and I don't think any of us had as much fun with those as we've had with the AI and the initiative card deck that we use. And you'll see that, I think. So I'm trying to tailor the focus of the channel to stuff that's fun and not just any one thing. So that said, I got on a ramble as I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you're curious about the tutorials for him. I hope you're excited to see the Republic of the Sphere minis and the Wolf's Dragoons and all the other goodies over time as I get time to finish them. But as always, I think it's going to be time to sign off today. Folks, thank you for tuning in. If you've been listening and you've been getting your own hobby progress, then sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you've been working on. Let me know if I've motivated you or encouraged you to get out and game, get out and paint, to do anything that makes you feel good. Let me know. If you got an Instagram and you want to share links to the stuff you're working on, throw those links in the comments. I'll click them. I'll check out your page, probably give you a follow, and see what you're working on for your gaming and your arts and your hobbies. That said, folks, thank you for letting me ramble. Thank you for tuning into the channel. I appreciate you being here. Hope I've made your day just a little bit brighter. But as always, keep rolling those dice, keep painting your models, and I will catch you guys next time. If you guys are still sitting here watching this, let's take a moment to put a pop-up here to showcase those wonderful Patreon supporters here. We'll let that scroll here, and thank you so much for supporting what I do. That's super awesome. I really do appreciate that.